I'm Dawn. I work at Black Rhino Tattoos. My Instagram is Dawnz Doodlez. I've been an artist my whole life. People used to tell me a lot when I was a teenager that I should be a tattoo artist, but I didn't trust myself immediately, so I went to school first for like different things and then realized that I was missing art too much. I found that like by making art for a living, tattooing would be like the best route for that, but I also get to like share that art with other people and it becomes like the social aspect as well instead of just painting in a corner in my room. I do a lot of geometric patterns, maybe like a little bit of a surrealist trippy vibe with different subject matter, especially when it comes to my flash pieces. I find inspiration from anything, whether that be like movies and shows or like just walking on the street. That's how I got my little pigeon with a ski mask on, because I saw a pigeon walk into a bar and I was like, he's gonna rob the place. So just kind of like random stuff will inspire me for little art pieces. With my specific style, like being a lot of geometric and mandala work, a lot of stuff can have symbolism just kind of like by the book, a few research things. So when people come to me with like a certain feeling they want to portray, I've gotten into researching different patterns such as like the Metatron's cube and stuff that resonates with the client to make their story come to life. Also just like understanding the client, like when I get to sit there in the chair with them for a while, I can kind of put stuff together that I think they're gonna like. A lot of people might think that we overcharge or that we charge a lot of money for it, but I think people don't think about just the hourly rate that we're charging, but everything that goes into it, the years of practice, the research, gathering references, making a lot of responses and doing a lot of posts, like everything that's behind the scenes. So we're not just charging for that, we're also charging for the experience too. Like I think people just think that it's just the tattoo, but also the tattoo is on you for a lifetime, so. For me, since I do enjoy other mediums other than tattooing, if tattooing gets pretty slow sometimes, focusing my energy to like painting or drawing instead, or like resin art, or just like other things that I enjoy. You know, sometimes we do get a little slow, so I'm not always like, oh, I need to be tattooing right now, but I am always excited to tattoo when that opportunity comes up. I actually like when first-timers think it's gonna hurt a lot so that they are relieved when it doesn't hurt that much. If they think it's gonna be like really bad, it's like whatever once we start. Another thing that I think people should think about is like placement of their first tattoo and like what they really want to get, because sometimes you end up with like an awkward spot that you can't work around for future tattoos. I try to like remind people to think about the future of just like, hey, are you gonna want more on this arm? Are you gonna want something on this side? And the other thing too, like as long as you find a good artist, you're in good hands for your first tattoo. I just think it's really important that you're not getting like garage tattoos or, you know, just something that's like cheap. I think it's good to shop around a little bit. I usually ask a client to send some references first so I get an idea of the style. I don't want to give them like realism if they want like pepper shading or something like that. And then I will also go on Pinterest and gather my own references and then kind of put my own spin. But a collection of images is usually like the best for me to get going. How long it takes, I guess like usually a couple hours. And then if it's really big, I'll start like a week before of like really brainstorming so I have time to change stuff instead of doing it all last minute. The way the tattoo future is changing is a lot of it's like very media based. Making reels, making content. People like just swipe past pictures all the time. So usually if you post a video, it gets a lot more interactions. I don't necessarily love that that's a factor now. It's just kind of feeding into the dopamine side of society even more instead of just like focusing on the actual art. I guess we'll just be making the reels and the pictures or the videos. Someone DM'd me asking to tattoo their penis. Nothing specific, just can you tattoo my penis? And I was still an apprentice and I was like, no, I can't do it. He was persistent. He was like, please baby. And I was like, you're creepy. So then I blocked him. So I didn't do it. This is really cringe. I have Halsey tattooed on me and I've dreamt about actually tattooing her. Like this is something that I really want to do. It probably won't happen, just to meet like my celebrity icon, I guess. It wouldn't matter what I tattoo on her though. The main thing I tell people with a copy design that they're just like, I just really want this. It doesn't even matter if I don't like the design or not. It's just more so that I don't want to copy. Even with my own flash pieces, I try not to repeat them. I try to make something different. I always tell the client that we should change something so that it's not copying another artist. Some are very persistent though. I had a homie say that we're not rhinos, we're hyenas. The reason I agree with that is because we make a lot of savage comments and jokes. I obviously love geometric work. I think it's timeless. I think it goes with any style. I think you could use it as filler. You could use it as a whole piece, like standalone piece. So it's very versatile. I don't see the trash polka ever, but trash polka is obviously trash in the name for a reason. It's not necessarily a pet peeve. It's I think some people lean into the paint a little too much and, you know, they start getting the jitters, they move around a lot. I think it's just really hard if people are moving a lot. Don't move, your lines are gonna be messed up, and then don't come at me about the lines being messed up if you were moving a lot. That's gotta be my biggest pet peeve. My old next door neighbor, who's like a family member of mine, she's my best friend growing up, her sister, she sent me an ad that Black Rhino was looking for an apprentice, and this was back in like the end of 2021. And originally I told myself I wasn't gonna apprentice until I was done with college because I had tried it before and like just balancing work, apprenticing, and school was like too much. But I wanted to like try out the opportunity anyways. I'm really happy I did because like it was such a great opportunity. It's been like the best thing that's ever happened to me. So even though it was really challenging still pursuing an apprenticeship during school, I don't regret making that decision. And I'm really grateful that I get to work around everyone in here. So no one's catty, everyone's talented, no, like everyone's really humble about their work. So I have no complaints.